There comes a quiet moment in life when a person sits alone and looks back. Not at the victories, but at the chances that slipped away unnoticed. In youth, the mind believes there will always be more time, more strength, more opportunity. But the river of life moves in only one direction. The old cannot return to the beginning of the path, no matter how deeply they wish to walk it again. Many elderly people carry invisible burdens, not only in the body but in the heart. One of the heaviest burdens is financial regret. It is not always about losing millions or living in poverty. Often, it is the sorrow of knowing they could have lived with more peace if they had understood certain truths earlier. The first regret is spending life chasing appearances. Many people work endlessly to impress others. They buy things they do not need to gain approval from people who are themselves unhappy. In the end, expensive possessions fade, but inner peace remains rare. A simple life with wisdom brings greater freedom than a luxurious life filled with debt and anxiety. The second regret is failing to save while there was still time. A small seed planted every day becomes a strong tree after many seasons. But many wait for the perfect moment to save money, and that moment never arrives. Youth wastes coins believing tomorrow will always provide more. Old age teaches that even small savings can become shelter during storms. The third regret is ignoring health. While earning wealth, some sacrifice sleep, peace, and family just to gather more money. Yet when illness arrives, that same money is spent trying to recover the health they neglected. Wealth without health is like carrying gold across a desert without water. True prosperity begins with caring for the body and mind together. The fourth regret is depending completely on others. Many believe children, relatives, or friends will always protect them in old age, but every person carries their own struggles. Expectations often create disappointment. Wisdom teaches self-reliance. Even a small financial independence can preserve dignity and peace in later years. The fifth regret is never learning about money. People spend decades earning income, but never understand how to manage it. Fear of learning keeps many trapped in confusion. Money itself is neither good nor bad. It simply reflects the awareness of the one who holds it. A wise person learns patiently, asks questions, and grows slowly without shame. Chasing appearances brings emptiness. Spending life trying to impress others with wealth, luxury, and status often leads to debt, stress, and inner dissatisfaction instead of true happiness. Many people spend their entire lives trying to appear successful in the eyes of others. They buy expensive things not because they truly need them, but because they hope these possessions will earn respect, admiration, or acceptance. A bigger house, newer clothes, luxury cars, and constant displays of wealth may create temporary attention, but they rarely create lasting peace within the heart. The mind becomes trapped in comparison, always looking at what others have and feeling incomplete without it. As the years pass, many elderly people realize they sacrificed their freedom just to maintain an image. They worked long hours, carried heavy debts and ignored simple joys, only to keep up with society's expectations. Yet, the applause of others fades quickly, and material things lose their shine with time. What remains is exhaustion, and the painful understanding that much of life was spent chasing illusions. True contentment does not come from impressing the world. It comes from living honestly, spending wisely, and finding gratitude in simplicity. A peaceful meal shared with loved ones brings more happiness than possessions bought for status. The wisest people understand that inner calm is far more valuable than outward appearance. When a person stops seeking validation from others, they finally begin to experience real freedom and lasting peace within themselves. Saving early creates future peace. Even small savings made consistently over time can provide security, independence, and peace during old age, when earning becomes difficult. In youth, many people believe there will always be enough time to save money later. They spend freely, thinking tomorrow will bring greater income and endless opportunity. Small purchases seem harmless, and saving feels unimportant because old age appears far away. But life moves quietly and quickly, like sand slipping through open fingers. One day the years have passed, strength has faded, and financial worries begin to grow heavier. Many elderly people look back with regret, wishing they had saved even a small amount consistently. They realize that wealth is not built in a single moment, but through patience and discipline practiced over many years. A tiny seed planted daily eventually becomes a strong tree that offers shelter during difficult seasons. In the same way, small savings grow slowly into security and peace. Without savings, old age can become filled with fear and dependence. Unexpected illness, rising expenses, or loss of income can create deep anxiety. But those who prepared wisely often face these challenges with greater calm and dignity. Saving money is not about greed or selfishness. It is an act of care for one's future self. Every coin saved today becomes a quiet gift to the person you will become tomorrow, bringing freedom, stability, and peace of mind later in life. Health is greater than wealth. Sacrificing physical and mental health to earn more money becomes a painful regret later, because wealth cannot fully restore lost health. Many people spend the strongest years of their lives chasing wealth, while quietly neglecting their health. They work long hours without rest, ignore stress, eat carelessly, and sacrifice sleep, believing success is worth every cost. In youth, the body often remains silent and continues moving forward despite exhaustion. Because of this, many believe they are strong enough to endure endless pressure. But the body remembers every burden placed upon it, and time eventually reveals the hidden damage. As people grow older, many realize they traded peace and well-being for money that can no longer restore what was lost. Illness begins to steal freedom, energy fades, and simple daily tasks become difficult. At that moment, expensive possessions lose much of their meaning. A person with great wealth, but poor health, true wisdom, understands that health and wealth must walk together in balance. A calm mind, nourishing food, movement, rest, and inner peace are not obstacles to success. They are the foundation of a meaningful life. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot fully purchase strength, youth, or peace of mind once they disappear. Caring for the body and mind each day is one of the greatest investments a person can ever make. Financial wisdom brings freedom. Learning how to manage money, avoid unnecessary fear, and make wise financial decisions helps create stability and reduces suffering in life. Many people move through life believing someone else will always take care of them in the future. They depend completely on family, children, friends, or society, assuming support will naturally appear when old age arrives. Because of this belief, they avoid preparing for themselves financially and emotionally in younger years. This dependence may seem harmless, but as time passes, reality often becomes different from expectation. Every person carries their own struggles, responsibilities, and worries. Children grow older and become busy with their own families and survival. Friends drift away, circumstances change, and even loving relationships may not provide complete security. Many elderly people quietly suffer because they feel they have become a burden on others. The pain is not only financial but emotional, as dependence can slowly weaken dignity and inner peace. True wisdom teaches the importance of self-reliance. Even a small amount of financial independence can bring freedom, confidence, and calmness in later years. Preparing for oneself is not selfish. It is an act of responsibility and awareness. A person who learns to stand steadily on their own feet experiences less fear about the future. Independence allows relationships to be built on love instead of obligation. When people prepare wisely during their stronger years, they protect not only their finances, but also their self-respect and peace of mind in old age. Our meaningful life is worth more than endless greed. True fulfillment comes from balance, relationships, peace of mind, and living fully, not from endlessly chasing more money and possessions. Many people spend their entire lives earning money without ever truly understanding how money works. They work hard every day, yet they never learn how to manage their income, control spending, avoid unnecessary debt, or grow their savings wisely. Some avoid learning because they feel financial knowledge is too complicated, while others believe it is something only wealthy people need to understand. But ignorance about money often creates suffering that could have been avoided with patience and awareness. As the years pass, they realize that a lack of financial understanding led to poor decisions, wasted opportunities, and unnecessary hardship. Fear also becomes a prison. Some are too afraid to invest carefully, start small businesses, or seek advice because they worry about failure or loss. This fear keeps them standing still, While life continues moving forward, wisdom does not require a person to become rich overnight. It begins with simple awareness and the willingness to learn step by step. Even small lessons practiced consistently can transform a person's future. Money itself is neither a blessing nor a curse. It simply reflects the habits and mindset of the one who controls it. A calm and disciplined mind creates stability, while confusion and fear often create struggle. Learning about money is ultimately learning how to live with greater freedom, balance, and peace.